This is the One Piece Podcast, episode 581 for the week of Sunday, August 4th, 2019. My name is Zach.
And my name is Ed.
And my name is Steve.
And on today's show, we have our correspondent. It's been a while since she's been on. Editorial writer, though we haven't had any editorials recently. Jill Knight is back with us. How's it going, Jill?
Oh, it's good to be back. It's nice to be talking about One Piece and not just shouting into the void of Twitter.
We've heard you this whole time.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to miss me.
We also have, I for some reason did not realize that he works for Copic, so anyone who does, any artist probably knows of that. Nate Ming is joining us once again. How's it going, Nate?
Hello, everybody. Good to be back.
Yeah. What are you working on? How's everything been going?
Let's see. No longer with Crunchyroll. Best of luck to them. They're doing awesome. Right now I am contracting with Copic and trying to fix up their social media. You can check us out at Copic Official US on any platform you can imagine except for Snapchat. And I have a comic right now. I'm actually publishing my own... I wanted to make a shonen fighting comic, so I did. You can look up Shaw City Strikers. It's on Twitter as Shaw City Comic. And we update roughly every other month.
Thank you. Yeah, so Nate's not sticking around the entire time, so don't think he's just promoting shamelessly. I told him to.
Oh, no, I am. I am absolutely shamelessly promoting.
It's better than shamefully promoting.
That's true.
On today's show, we're going to go through manga chapter 951, Rampage, and boy, is it. Yeah. We're also, I think we're going to be having our double filler anime recap.
Yes, that's chapters 895 and 896 about the world's greatest bounty hunter, cider, not juice, cider.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
So we go to the old mill then, get some cider.
Okay. So we're going to have that a little bit later with Sam. We, of course, also have Piece Together and trivia at the end. This is the week One Piece Stampede comes out, if you can't tell by the cover and color spread for this week's chapter.
And the filler.
And the filler that we also will be discussing this week.
I watched it. I don't want to talk about it. But...
Yeah. Nah.
The filler or Stampede? Because none of us have seen
I'm excited for Stampede. And I know there's some rumors that we may get it in late September.
Are there? Oh, the Strong World thing that came out? Yeah. Who knows?
Someone put up a listing for a One Piece movie, so who knows?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's hope. Who knows, though, with these things? As with anything, a lot of people are like, oh, it sucks that we don't know, but, just tell the companies that you want the thing. And if they see there is an audience for it, it's a higher percentage chance that it'll happen. Although with One Piece, you'd think everyone would just automatically know that everyone loves One Piece and everyone should love One Piece. So yeah, let Toei, Funimation, everyone know about that. I think that's all the major news. Hopefully we'll have some reports back from Japan. I guess Maddie will still be out there even, so maybe we can ask her about it in the coming weeks if she gets to see it. And also next week, the manga is off, but we will be here with Steven going through One Piece magazine. I think we're up to volume 6 or 8, one of those. We'll be going through that next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. But why don't we get straight into the show? Are you guys ready?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Do it.
This is the manga recap for chapter 951, Rampage. Ed, I know on the cover we have a lot of pirates, including Luffy and every other character from every other series, but we should probably start with the color spread. Ed,
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, it's a Stampede dinner, and all your favorite Poochies they're all there. Yeah.
I don't think you could consider Buggy a Poochie, but all the rest, yeah.
You got Law and Sabo and
Buggy is
Hancock,
a
the girl
legend.
Poochie.
Yeah, Buggy's just a...
among these people.
Absolutely.
I love that he's just trying to make himself look big. Like, he saw all the other characters and like, these strong people are big. I gotta be big.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, Hancock and Smoker are getting into it. That's that's pretty funny.
I ship
the
it.
first time.
He probably
pretty
tried
sure-
to eat meat she was getting for Luffy.
There's
I'm pretty sure
there's-
Smoker was trying to arrest him again. She's
Yeah.
like, don't you arrest my man.
I'm just really happy to see Rob Lucci again. He's so freaking cool, and I'm happy to see him back in this and back in Stampede.
This is probably the most relatable I've ever seen him, too. Like, just,
he's it's Six
Like,
Black wine.
It's
Yeah.
like
No,
the first
no,
time
no.
he's ever emoted.
Luffy beats some emotions into him.
To be fair, the best part of this color spread is that Hattori is back.
The best part of the color spread is the burger on Law's head
Yeah,
Really?
I was
Oh my
about to
yeah,
say.
true.
with white sauce.
Like there's a reason why despite Buggy looking to double dog it.
Is that what's
Really?
happening there?
There's so many details when you look again. It's like
Oh god,
It's like
the
a giant baguette that's been taken like the
No,
center third.
God,
has
the
been
more
cut
I
out of
look
it.
at it, the more phallic it gets.
it's so
Uh,
bad.
it's getting worse the longer.
Oh my
I stare
god,
at
I
it.
didn't even see that. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't unsee it.
Yeah,
But
speaking on the bones, right?
what was that?
Wasn't it like or Marco and Ace had a scene?
Oh
where
yeah,
suggestively eating.
this
meat.
is worse. This is worse. But
Sorry,
with
Buggy.
no, like, but it's not as funny because you when you're getting like a sandwich thrown, you're supposed to have like it's funnier when you throw it at someone with more dignity, like Law over here. Now that's funny.
And he hated no, so it's
wait, is this becoming one
fantastic.
of those discussions where we find out if a hot dog is a sandwich or not?
But is Luffy stealing it or giving it to him?
I think
know-
he's grabbing it. He's trying to take it from
Yeah.
Buggy.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
no way he's giving Buggy food.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Stuffing
yeah,
it down his
yeah,
pie hole.
Yeah. And these are all they all look like meat related dishes because we also have kebabs on the left
Yeah.
there, which look
Well,
fantastic.
the hot dogs, the burger.
Corn.
Properly rare steak.
I was eating ramen.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's ramen with meat in it.
Well,
Of some
I see
sort.
eggs and I can't see anything else.
That's because he already ate all the meat.
There we go.
He's got what's left.
Yeah, I
that's
noticed,
pretty fun.
The chips.
the
The
steak, the fries.
Mhm.
Then we have Boa's bathwater down here in the bottom middle.
Yes.
polar.
Little bathwater. Pirate Empress bathwater. Wait, what is that? Is Hattori chasing birdseed or what is that next to Smoker's head?
It's coming out of that packet on the.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Popcorn,
that is.
maybe?
Popcorn,
I don't
cocaine.
know enough about Japanese snacks.
Wasabi
Corn
peas.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
I
mean-
mean, another thing is Otis
Lego
seems to go back and forth with Law's hair color. I'm pretty sure there was something else Stampede related, and he gave like the cover of Jump. He gave him teal hair.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
giving him
he's
black
supposed to
hair.
have blue hair and gold eyes, and they've just ignored all that. And now it's black hair, so I don't know.
He like on volume was it 69? Nice. He gave him black hair. But he's kind of gone back and forth. But like just fairly recently he gave him teal hair. So
Maybe Law's just dyeing his hair. Like, and we just can't tell if
To
weekly.
be fair,
maybe
if
he's,
anyone
maybe he's got
were,
mood hair.
Yeah, he wears a lot of hats.
Well, no, Trafalgar Law has mood hair. It
He's
just
switching
changes
his
the-
hair out with someone else's hair using shambles.
but
Ah.
Law has like 2 moods, so it would only be like 2 other colors. To be fair,
Grumpy and not so grumpy.
I totally relate to Sabo here, though. I mean, he is the everyman of this color spread. Like, okay, I'm just gonna eat my shit here and try and avoid any interaction with anyone.
Don't eat shit. It's a bad idea.
Any other thoughts on this very chaotic food color spread?
I did find some vegetables after looking hard enough.
Does
There's
French fries count as?
The lettuce?
The French fries absolutely count as vegetables. Just getting that out there. But there's
Technically,
some corn
Oh
and
my god, there's a lobster all the way on the right that I didn't see until just
Golden
this moment.
lobster,
oh
actually. Yeah.
my god, I never noticed that either. I thought that was part of the fries. There's so
And-
much skin on this cover. It's crazy.
And you can tell that these are Dutch style fries because they're in a wrapped paper cone and they're stuck into the table.
yeah.
Dutch style.
Oh, I love Dutch style fries. Or
Let's-
Belgian. Also, there's Belgian style fries, which are similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the corn. I'm trying to find other vegetables. There's some lemon to So is he eating salmon? It would make sense because he's a cat. Lucci.
See, I thought it was like a leg of lamb.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah, it doesn't look like fish.
Oh, you're right. You're right. But do you have because I thought you usually have citrus with salmon and it's kind of a similar color, but you're right, the bone sticking out there makes it look more like lamb. He
I don't
should be eating fish though. He is a cat. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just
I mean, my cat
He's a carnivore, man.
without anything. So
Yeah.
he's
yeah,
a big,
okay.
he's a leopard,
big cat.
so
Yeah.
he would totally eat the lamb.
And to be fair, Cat Viper does like lasagna, which is meat. Yeah, has some meat in it, I should say. Okay, we could probably talk about that for another 10 minutes. But Ed, what's going on the first page?
Well, open.
wait,
on
I'm
a
sorry. I'm sorry. I just realized what's going on with Boa. She's pointing at a spot on her dress that I assume Smoker got on her.
Oh,
That's
Oh my
what happened.
God.
What a
good,
queen.
fine, yeah. That is
I mean,
great.
like, you can see Luffy's shirt is covered in sauce.
Well,
oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Lucci's in the back in a white shirt, so he's like being careful.
Yeah, the whole white suit and blue shirt.
Layers
That's
upon
amazing.
layers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oda, I think
Storytelling.
yeah, Oda did that one of his drawing videos, which there are not many of. There's like maybe 2. I remember they had him narrating or something saying and this is what's going on with this person and this person. So it's really crazy in these color spreads. He has a whole story going on. And Hancock is the one who's angry. What's going on the first page here?
So we open wide shot of the flower capital of Wano, and we hear, "They got away, even though your group was there." I apologize.
Wait. I love that he sounds like Peter Potamus now.
Yes.
From Harvey
I'm just
Birdman.
doing any goofy voice. It doesn't have to be
No,
consistent.
I like that one now. That's the one for Joe.
He looks the type.
Yeah, he is. He's got the teeth. But Raspberry says, "What's his real name?"
I don't even
Fukuroku.
know.
Fukuroku
Yeah.
Koji
Yeah,
or something?
Yeah, Fukurokuju. Raspberry.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, he said, I apologize most humbly, my lord, but this Trafalgar man, he's one of the ringleaders along with Straw Hat. This means we have apprehended 2 leaders of the intruders into our lands. And in the pirating world, betrayal never goes out of style.
I say.
A good torture regimen should render them pliable. Very good. This pleases me.
He started going into a Gilbert Godfrey.
You
there
know,
a
Gilbert
little bit.
Gottfried's king of the pirates.
Wow, this took a turn quick.
Look at his face, though. It makes sense.
Ed, I would listen to you do the whole chapter, but Steve.
It's too many characters.
And then we get a cool worm's eye perspective view of the castle on the streets of the flower capital. That's right. I was
Yeah,
trying to
no, we
remember
got
if it
it.
had a name other than flower capital.
No, it doesn't. As far as I know.
But how does that capital look? No, I'm guessing that's the Gilbert Godfrey man. Have no concern, my liege. We have placed the city on high alert. And which pretty much means dressing up the ninja people like samurai. Aren't these some of the?
No,
the ninja?
there's apparently both samurai and ninja, so I think we're seeing a little bit of both of them here.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. There's
Well, one of
suckers
them-
sulking around.
One of them happens to be a rabbit man. Yeah, samurai and ninja on patrol in every quarter. We will not allow a single attempt on your life until every last one of those intruders are captured. And just get some intimidating samurai just patrolling the streets. As we get
What is that face behind them? Is that I
A
can't
That's
face?
tell.
that guy. That's that guy who's in the first panel. The second panel.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even see that.
He's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
dude.
He's a guy. He's one of the
What
ninja.
a weird
Just a
looking
big guy.
guy.
Don't make
man,
fun of
man.
acne. Come on, he can't help it.
Yeah, I was about to say he's got a 5 o'clock shadow face.
He looks like the pumpkin head guy from The Simpsons.
He's a potato.
Does. 5 o'clock shadow man.
I knew Zach was gonna write that one down.
It's already happening. Go ahead.
Yes. And then whack, just smacking wanted posters throughout the town.
Sketches.
It's like, are these all wanted sketches? And this guy's like, be warned, everybody, you see these people, do nothing. It's like, okay, let me start over again. It's like, if you see these people and you do nothing, or you keep their secrets, you're bad too. You're just as bad as them. You might not get your own sketch, but you're a bad person, and you'll be charged with the crime of conspiracy.
One of those
the
is
political
Beppo.
officer from Mulan.
What was that?
It's the political officer from Mulan.
The Fa family.
Yes.
I will serve the emperor instead of my father. That's not what we're meeting about. Oh, never mind. I'm not part of a conspiracy. So anyway, a little time passes. We're on the rooftops. Some really cool panels here. It's Sanji and Shinobu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, everyone's probably giving me so much crap for not remembering names, but we go weeks without seeing some of these characters.
No, you're right. That's not ridiculous.
Sanji says, well, this isn't good. I can't stick around in the capital anymore. Shinobu says, those flyers are being posted all over town, but in a sense, our mission in the capital is already complete. We just needed to find the samurai with the mark of the moon, and they're all locked up in prison. And Sanji mutters, he's like, you would think that Toniyasu's big speech there would mean that all those prisoners would be considered innocent. I suppose that didn't work out well, because the prisoners' quarters are quite large by, I guess this is Shinobu saying, and the prison quarters are quite large and still filled up with the same prisoners. They got about 1,000 locked up in there, and they sure look pleased as punch being locked up in that prison.
Oh, there's the He-Man guy, the Adam of Eternia.
Prince Adam.
There. Prince Adam. Continue.
And then we have these guards saying, like, hey, these are the folks that jailed because of the Shogun's mistake, right? Why aren't we letting them walk? Because, like, what, you think Lord Orochi's going to admit he made a mistake? Come on.
Come on.
It's always
so
going to turn into 21 and 24 when there are two henchmen there.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Shogun Orochi's an asshole who makes a mistake and says, well, fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Nothing's going to change because a fool can't be fooled again. And then we get more Sanji on the rooftops. And he says, just when we finally found people on our side, we need a plan. We've got to get there. We got to get these guys with us. We need their strength. This is Shinobu. I guess that was Shinobu talking. It's weird. It's got two tails. But Lost is like, yeah, and we plus Lost Crew's in there. But he says, by the way, it's like, what are those people doing down there? And we see a bunch of people making lanterns attached to little floaty paper boats. It says like they're making sky boats in preparation for the fire festival. It's a shame. I bet they're not in the mood for. I think this is Sanji retorting. You could tell by the little lines of reaction that speech bubble has. I think that's a neat little thing. I don't know if I've ever seen like Oda do this, or at least never noticed it before. But he did it in the gutter of a panel.
Is this like the festival from Karate Kid 2?
I was gonna say Tangled. But.
No, so I was lucky enough when I went to Thailand to go to a festival, the Loy Krathong and what the hell's... There are two names for two concurrent festivals. One is putting boats in the water, and the other is putting lanterns in the air, and they happen concurrently. So this is almost literally the same kind of thing. And it's not to honor the dead, it's to... as I recall, it's to kind of send your prayers to heaven and also let your sins go and
send your love down the well.
Exactly. So it's kind of funny that I mean maybe it came from a Buddhist tradition, which I guess would tie together with the old Japanese and Edo era themes, but it's kind of funny that it's taken from a different part of Southeast Asia potentially, because this is oddly similar to that festival. Anyway, go ahead, Steve.
Sure. But anyway, Sanji's like, oh, it's a shame. I bet they're not in the mood for a festival right about now after 2 important people just died. And Shinobu's like, oh, quite the opposite. The Fire Festival is a ceremony to mourn and remember the dead, like in Coco. It's kind of like Tangled, but it's also like Coco. You ever see those movies, Son Goro? It's like, no.
And it's also like Mulan.
We're just hitting all the Disney movies this time.
Yeah,
we thought we
Disney...
were getting all our Disney stuff out of the way in Whole Cake Island, which I wasn't there for, but no. We're always doing that Disney thing, Sangoro.
Yeah, well, Disney does own everything, Sangoro.
Mm-hmm. That was a scary thought, Zach. Because I thought, like, oh God, they'll own One Piece one day.
And they will.
But a One Piece theme park.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd accept that.
It's my dream.
Okay, go ahead.
Shinobu continues to explain, it's a time when our wishes and feelings reach them more than ever because they're attached to a boat. And we're sending all our love up in the air in our beautiful sky boats. And Sanji's like, oh. Sorry, with the ridiculous exposition I just provided with you, I think that's a very comical reaction from Sanji there.
I'm sure this will never come up again. Thanks for this piece of our culture that's definitely not going to be important later in the game.
I wonder if there's anyone important that's dead we should remember. But bang, we get some more wanted posters, at least focused on. Yeah. And they're done in the what? Forgive me, I'm
ukiyo-e.
Yeah. Ukiyo-e, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Altogether ukiyo-e.
Ukiyo-e. Done in that style, and we get we get their likenesses of Sangoro and Shinobu and
Beppo.
And we also get Beppo, this polar bear.
Beppo's had appeared a couple pages earlier, the previous page actually.
Shinobu is great there too. Like, okay.
I do like Sanji though, because it does look like Sanji from the One Piece Kabuki show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that color spread, the one where he's doing the ukiyo-e style thing. Continue.
As Shinobu talks more to Sanji about her favorite Disney films, we go to the north of Ibisu town, outside the flower capital. And we hear some chatter, but we close in on Nami, who's so glad because she says, "Oh, I'm so glad. We heard that you've been captured." And she's she's so radiant here. But we get Penguin, Shachi, and Beppo. Yeah, radiant. What's wrong with radiant?
No, it's fine.
Do you want me to say?
I watched one episode. It was okay.
She looks good. She looks nice. She looks radiant. But Penguin, Shachi, and Beppo are a little foreboding here. I think you could tell by the lack of background here. I think it's meant to be a little tense here. But this is Shachi that says, "We got lucky and escaped." And I was like, "Oh, good." As I assume she's just nodding.
That's neat.
But Beppo says, "But look, they before that daimyo named Yasui died, he showed us like the image that's been going around, the riddle image, to the people in the cell with us." And Nami's like, "Oh, they added 2 more lines on the snake." Yep, it's got to be.
We all know what that means, guys. Jill.
And so it suggests that the meaning of the code has changed, but Wano people understood it, and I sure as hell don't. It was in his final message. So Nami's like, I have to pass this on to Kinemon. And she thanks them and tells them that they will meet in Amigasa village. And then Beppo, with a little worried face, we go into a mini flashback back with when Law and Hawkins had met up with Beppo's with their crew in prison. Said, "Your lives are bargaining chips. If you refuse, Trafalgar Law will choose to come for my life, and that includes yours. The threats of a man who includes no hope in his future plans are just as dangerous as they seem." And they're just apologizing to Law for having gotten captured, because they know that he can't let that slide. So once again, Hawkins does his creepy straw man thing and just lets them like crawl out of his arm and fall down to the ground, which is always kind of horrific. and basically fully releases them. Although how do we prove that those are the ones that he released? I don't know if that's been mentioned because it could just be 3 random dudes he let out.
I think we could trust him, right?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Locke pulled this crap back in Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be 3 randos. Um,
It's Monet's again.
there we go.
Just let me die.
And Law, being edgy, of course. Keep quiet about this. Don't tell Straw Hat and the others that I've been caught. And his crew doesn't understand why, because clearly they want to just do a full-on rescue campaign once again for Law, who's probably just embarrassed that he's getting caught again and doesn't want Luffy to bail him out.
Yeah,
Doesn't
we
wanna
talk
be
about
carried around.
we talk about the damsel in distress a lot, but it should really be changed to the Law in distress because the amount of times Law has been captured in this series already.
Yeah,
It's-
it's
It's a lot.
Your laws in another castle.
and then the whole pirates, they're all together again saying, we can't sit around doing nothing. Our captain's life comes before the plan.
And look at John Burt. He's got his whole Wano get up there. How adorable. He's so
I
adorable,
love this
guys.
crew. They're a good design crew, and I'm really happy to see more of them, even if they're in the background here.
They're always in the background.
I can
I
dream
think that was
that.
part of the joke. Remember when they introduced them to the Straw Hats and they're like, and here's the rest.
And like half of them are in shadow.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we'll hear about them in an SBS and not at
Or
all.
wearing masks or something. They're all
Or when the Straw
Nate.
Hats fight them, you never know.
Yeah. Nate, you could go ahead.
Okay, so we're in Ebisu Town now, and there's a crowd. Aha! Well, he's in your hands now. And what is this dude's name? I can't remember.
Conjuro.
Kanjuro, thank you. I humbly accept this solemn duty. I will take Lord Yasuie's remains to Kuri, where he can be laid to rest. And everybody's happy, But of course, we all owe Lord Yasuie our lives. Do it for us, please. And so Nami is hopping on Centaur. Is Frankie a Centaur? No, he's right.
Okay. I thought the same thing. You can see his legs in front.
You can see his legs. There's a tiger, which is also probably a motorcycle.
That's what it
I
looks
love
like.
Sengoku Basa. So, okay, we're all set. Nami, Kanjuro, let's go. Okay, so long, everyone. Until we meet.
Wait.
Oh.
Sorry, is the tiger making motorcycle noises?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
that's what he's doing.
That's amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
And Kanjuro's making a really cool like kabuki pose until we meet again. Now let's hurry. And then bam, we see the wanted posters for Kunoichi Onami and Carpenter Franosuke and Shachi. We're seeing all these familiar faces. Meanwhile, between Flower Capital and Kuri at the dock, checkpoint, present yourselves. We must examine you against these likenesses. Uso Hachi and Orobi. Very well. Pass. And legit, this is like the funniest shit right here. Because this is Robin. Robin refused to be part of Pirate Docking 6. It was against her human pride. But now that things are, more tense and she needs to blend in and not look like herself.
Didn't she already do this once, like earlier in this?
Yeah, but
when they
that-
all saw the
Did she? Okay, I just did
That
not
was a
remember.
natural reaction though to the
Yeah.
to the newspaper. Like that was just her like shocked face. This she's purposely doing. Nate is
This-
absolutely right.
Here's
This is
the
a
thing,
growth moment.
It's so
Yes.
funny because they were like, how do we get past these? Let's just make a funny face. This
Yeah.
will work. Like,
That is such
I
a
can't
sub
believe this
plan,
worked.
though.
And
It is
wait,
such
so why does
a-
Usohachi in the painting not have his ridiculous beard?
I
Good
don't
question.
know. That's a
Yeah.
good question.
They're haunted by a ghost. That's the more important thing.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a cursed country. You never know what's going to happen in Wano. Okay, the guards. Hey, get those people out of here! They're haunted by a ghost. And then next page.
Ed.
So they're going, boat going down the river, and I guess who is saying that? That's Robin. Yeah, Robin is saying, "Where is
Assume it's
Otoko?"
Robin. Yeah.
Bonkichi. She cried herself to sleep inside my robe. Here, I'll hold her. You don't have any body warmth. Why, I say.
Why, I never.
But yeah, it's very cute.
Wait, I did not notice. Most important, I know there's a lot to discuss here. Usopp has had frog sop or toad sop, sorry, on top of his head this entire time, even now.
On the previous page, yeah.
Oh, but he did take his beard off.
Yeah, his beard's gone.
Yeah, too bad. I like the beard, but whatever, it happens.
Yeah, it's a very sweet scene, and we get Orobi and Usohachi, and we get bang. You see their.
But someone did post on Twitter that this is the model family. And Jill, your reaction was my favorite. Yes, a man, a woman, her child, and her ghost haunting both of them.
It's the perfect family.
The perfect family, and a frog atop the dad's head.
Yeah. They have to have a pet, of course.
Two pets. The ghost is a pet.
I don't think Brooke would appreciate that.
Is that like Brooke like petting like her head too?
Oh my god, it is.
So
I did not
cute.
notice that.
For once,
Brooke
Brooke
feels.
is
I mean, Brooke understands death is something you can never. Oh wait,
never escape because it's running after you.
He's the only That's it.
Oh my god! If she wakes up, she's like, "Oh, my dad just died," and literally seeing a skeleton over her is definitely gonna just. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's some dark humor. Ed, please. Yeah. Sorry.
So at the ruined southwest port of Kuri, hear my word, ships, all sorts of ships.
That's my life.
Yeah, of course. Yes, it is. We hear, I'm at a loss for words, Ashura. This is Kinemon speaking, and Ashura says, well, they may need a little work. We hauled them here from all the ports around the country that Kaido destroyed. These, we can ferry thousands of soldiers to Onigashima. And Kinemon is very happy. He's like, what a boon this is. You've impressed me, Ashura. I don't remember you being this thoughtful. I think I spent the last 20 years asleep. And he gets all serious. And he's like, we'll need Sir Inosuke's help to repair these. At last I can see our raid coming together.
And we go to the next page as, we go to the happy-go-lucky island of Onigashima, filled with flowers
when it
and...
looks like a skull.
Wait, I'm trying to finish. Filled with flowers and skipping princesses. Anyway, we go to we go to Onigashima, which is literally a skull. And I love the whole setting here. It's cool. And meanwhile, we go to the Onigashima buffet line as someone says, "Oh, hurry, move that food along. It's still not enough." And they're all like, "Still?" She wants sweets. That's all she wants. And we see just who that is that wants sweets. It's Big Mom, Lin herself. And she is chomping and munching and shoving sweets down her throat. I'm guessing these kind of look like Oshiruko, right? So these actually might be the Oshiruko she was looking for. I'm not sure, though. And we see the three brothers.
It's a giant plate of dango, I see.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's dango with the syrup over it, and she's grabbing.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right. And so she's eating the dango, the giant dango. And here are the three brothers who we don't know if they're related, but whatever. It's Jack, King, and Queen, and King is saying, I could have sworn I knocked their ships off the waterfall, but whatever, I guess she's still alive. And Queen's like, well, you did a piss poor job of it, King. Way to go.
What a good interaction.
Yeah, I like the way these
the only
three...
one who hears Jim Sterling whenever Queen shows up? Because he'd be so perfect as Queen.
Who I should know who Jim Sterling is, but I'm gonna plead ignorant here.
Games guy, really, really funny, really very, very does his research, great stuff, and he's Queen, basically.
Perfect. I also like how Jack is totally the runt of the group. Like the one they're all just bagging on the whole time.
Is he like the Raditz of this group?
He's 100%. And that you think he's gonna be cool, and then he just ends up being the lame brother that no one.
How can he let himself be beaten by an elephant with such no fighting power?
Wait, so is King Vegeta and Queen Nappa in this scenario?
Totally.
You're thinking way too hard, buddy.
Yeah.
The last of his
Anyway,
race. God.
Jack, to be fair, Jack says, "Why'd you bring her here, Queen?" And Jack, being the punching bag he is, Queen says, "Shut up! I don't have any signal, and I didn't have any signal in Udon. What was I supposed to do?" And Big Mom is like, "Hey, King, I'll offer to forget what you did yesterday if you come and join us." Anyway, she says, "There are still 3 races I don't have in my country yet. We know one of them is giants. One of them might have been lost in the mists of time, but you're still alive." And he flat out refuses.
Does he flap his wings?
Flappity flap.
No, he doesn't flap out refuse. He flat out refuses.
Oh, I see. Nate.
So Big Mom holds up her cuffs and goes, "Mama, too bad. In that case, take off these cuffs." "In what case? Are you nuts, hag?" "Just listening to them talk is going to make me pee my britches." And so the crowd is like freaking out. They're like, "Oh, Queen is talking crap to Big Mom. So some shit's going to go down now. Master Queen just called her a hag. I can't believe it. Did you know that long ago, Big Mom and Master Kaido were in the same pirate crew? What are you doing? Release her." And then there's just this dramatic footfall. "Wood. Kaido. So you've shown your face here at last, Lin Lin." God, Kaido's such a badass. I just love him so much. He's so cool.
This is his business casual look, where the rolled up button down that he has it unbuttoned because look, he's got to show off his 6-pack, 8-pack, 12-pack.
I don't think we can actually fit those buttons. He has like the Dwayne Johnson chest problem.
Oh, he's him and Dwayne Johnson all of a sudden. Although, let's be honest, The Rock has a little more personality than Kaido as far as we know so far. Yeah, so far.
Kaido will make us cry eventually. That's the One Piece rule.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually.
But yeah, he's
I don't know. I did not weep. I did not weep for Doflamingo, that spoiled little bastard.
That's true. I think we were supposed to hate him. Kaido, I think eventually we're going to feel sorry for him.
I mean, he's also not a good dude. I mean,
No.
I don't think I'm supposed to hate Kaido too.
No, you're
Maybe.
probably supposed to still hate him at the end of this, but I do like the idea of feeling sorry for him because he's a guy with like this insurmountable strength. So if you're like, "Oh, what a poor sap," at the end of it, it's like, okay, you have diminished him, which is kind of the goal at the end of the day. But anyway, go ahead.
"Hey, he told you to let me go. What? He must have been joking. Take them off." "Huh?" And then they clatter, the chains fall off, and Big Mom rises. How many decades has it been?" What a showdown. Okay.
Jill.
All right, and with a call Napoleon, he pops out going, "Yes, Mama, I'm so glad you're back to normal," in a French accent that I can't do. So everyone is shocked that the sword popped out. And is this Napoleon who says, "Sometimes I wish I wasn't so shy"?
I think because it's in the same font.
I think so, yeah. "Yes, Mama, I'm glad you're back to normal. Sometimes I wasn't so shy."
Oh my god, you guys just like ruined like the homies for me because now I just imagine the Big Mom ones just all sound like the house workers from Beauty and the Beast.
Les poissons, les poissons. Okay.
That's his full name.
It's
His
the
full
queen
name.
who break the spell, aka otherwise
And
known
Kaido
as.
Napoleon has an outrageous French accent.
I'm trying to. What did she have again? Amnesia? Is that what she had?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the one who could break the amnesia.
Yeah.
I would have said like Lumiere and Cogsworth would have been Prometheus and Zeus, but I don't know.
Well, those two are Jill.
All right, and then Kaido said, "I told you I'd kill you if you came here." And Big Mom with this line, "And what kind of idiot shows up to get killed?" And it was pointed out to me on Twitter by Esto Sibersk that that's almost exactly a line that Brooke says, who says, "What kind of idiot draws up plans with the expectation of dying?" And he says it to her. I have no idea if that's a coincidence or not, but that's a great callback.
It might
Back
it
in the
might be
treasure
as
room.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a saying, like something in Japanese maybe. But we'll ask
Maybe.
Steven when he.
Like a badass
Next
kind of boast or like like a taunt.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
And then she's got Napoleon and he's got his club. And they both attack at once and it splits the sky.
So cool.
Like with Shanks and Whitebeard.
Yeah.
This is such a
Yeah.
good scene.
Yeah.
And even the
I got chills.
even the skull looks like it's screaming.
And I
it's
love.
great.
Oh yeah, it does. And I love the waves going in either
Yeah.
direction there. Yeah.
It's
Well, the waves go in
fantastic.
either direction, and how just the water is drawn differently in Wano.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's ukiyo-e waves. That's just how it works there.
So cool.
Finish us because there's still more
we
good
get-
stuff here.
yeah. We get a reaction shot from Queen and the Mooks. And man, Queen is real brave until those cuffs come off. I mean, man. Sure calling her a hag all the time.
Well, you do
get-
remember how he initially reacted to when he's like, "I have to get her back."
He
Yeah.
still keeps talking back to her. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. But then we get these great close-ups of Kaido and Big Mom glaring at each other, and it's these two emperors. It's so great, and everyone's like, "We have to evacuate. Get up, Onigashima now. No one wants to be around when these two monsters are going to start fighting."
And everyone has their tongues erect out of their mouth. Yeah, that's gonna do it for chapter. What are we up? 951 here.
So cool.
Yeah, geez. Nate, what did you think of this chapter? I'll start with you.
It's so cool. Wano is a ride that I've been enjoying, and I appreciate that it's like letting off at some points to do all these long bits of exposition and this character died and we need to know why the town is the way it is, or the country is the way it is. And then when it ramps up, it just goes for it like this one.
Yeah, that's an accurate description because I was even thinking remember at the beginning when Luffy fought Kaido? It goes from 0 to 100 a lot this arc.
Yeah.
Did you have any other thoughts on the chapter or?
So far, no. I basically said them all while we were reading, so I'm really excited for what's next. In 2 weeks?
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
we're not used to sickness here, but very well done, Nate. I don't mean to discourage it. Jill, what did you think?
That's no problem.
Man, this is one of those chapters where it took us all over the place, but there was every page had at least one panel that just made me lose my shit. The hilarious panels like Usopp and Robin's faces, just Brooke being a ghost and they're just accepting that literally this ghost is haunting these people. The ukiyo-e wanted posters were fantastic. I love seeing them, and even for Penguin and Shachi, Beppo's was the best. Those people don't know how to draw animals. Just every page had something on it. It was such a wild ride. I love this chapter.
Ed, do you want to?
Yeah, sure. And this chapter was all right, and I agree it ended very strong. But I'm not always a fan of all these chapters that just go all over the place and don't. I mean, I like what they do, but it just feels like it slows the pace of the narrative down when we bounce all over the place and we don't really get anything. Because I mean, it's all like cliffhangers. It's all putting things into place, and it's not like it's not fun, but I want to learn more about all of these stories. I'd rather have the focus be on one place at a time. But we just had that a lot with the prison, so I kind of want to focus because I feel like we're just gonna, and the manga's off next week, so we're not gonna get anything for 2 weeks. So I mean, I'm not down on what I saw, but it could have been better,
Steve?
honestly.
I thought it was a fun chapter. It just a lot of great gags and just a little more moving the plot along. We're starting to move more of the pieces into play. We're kind of separating the group for a little bit. We're getting close to this damn fire festival. I just felt like it was over before I knew it, and I just wanted so much more.
I guess it's doing what it's supposed to do if that's the case.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no detriment to this chapter. It's great. So many great bits. Of course, the face gag is probably the best part of this chapter, but I think this chapter is also setting up that there's going to be some tension between Law and Luffy, because I like, because remember, like, Law was really flipping out, thinking that God, who was captured, or he was very nervous about, I think, one of the Straw Hats blabbing the plan.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it was there was tension between like him and Shinobu, I think, or
Yes.
something.
Yeah, that's who it
He's
was.
like,
yeah.
and I won't forget that you said this about my crew. Yeah. Like,
It was. I think it was Shinobu worrying about
Yeah.
them blabbing. My mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't help but feel like this is a continuation off of that.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. That's an astute observation.
Probably what this will be is it'll be Law not blabbing the plan and kind of earning Shinobu's respect, or Shinobu
But definitely
apologizing
tricking
to
the
Law.
reader a whole lot, probably, into like, oh, Law just blabbed it to everyone.
That could be a thing where they could find out about this and they're like, how dare Law betray us? But in doing so, it's just another brilliant old scheme from Trafalgar Law, and somehow everything will work out. This isn't my game. I'm not the best at this, but
Law's plans never work out. Something goes wrong. They work in the end, but
Nothing goes
not the way he wants it.
what they lack are Jinbei naming them. He doesn't have anyone on his crew.
You're
to
right.
Name his plans.
They need to
That's
take
true.
the time. They lack Jinbei. Where is he?
What if, like, Law's plans go in the ship, but then Jinbei comes in to save the day? He's like, I've arrived and I got a name for your plan. That's just what we
It's
needed.
called Jinbei Arrives.
Just owns house, and then just Jinbei just starts freaking roadhousing everyone. I wouldn't care if Jinbei just beat the crap out of Jack and King and Queen and Jill and whoever not you, Jill.
I wouldn't care really if Jinbei came to beat me up. I'm like, oh my god, he's here. It's fine.
Jinbei just coming in there, just freaking Jackie Channing everybody, just beating up 20 people at once.
You
but
think
that's
he's
kind of
giving
the
you
thing.
like a big bear hug and then he just rams you down? It would be really bad. So now that you've written your fanfics, Steve,
Then we'll know it's like, oh, this is why Jinbei didn't join sooner, because he breaks the story.
well, so does Law, and he's been here the whole time.
Law's always
He's captured.
Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
now we got more clarification that Big Mom and Kaido were in fact part of the same pirate crew back in the day.
Yep.
I forget. I don't think that was confirmed before. I think that was just theorized.
it was
Yeah.
it was
It was
heavily
hinted-
implied, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
But now we know for sure.
yeah.
No, I was just agreeing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You could do that. That's allowed.
I just wonder. I just wonder now where it's going to go in this story. I feel like Big Mom and Kaido will team up. They're going to team up, but it's going to end in disaster.
I literally have no idea.
I think because the Big Mom pirates will come back, and if they're not following Perospero, they'll be like, "Hey, you tried to drown all of us," and then it's all infighting, and they just take each other out, or like the majority of those crews take each other out.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. The thing with the emperors is that none of them really get along or like each other in any way, shape, or form. So
And they're not
They're also
allies.
just crazy.
no.
Like,
Yeah.
these
They're all
people are
nuts,
just gonna
yeah.
fight. Nothing can stop them.
Yeah, I don't know who gave them an army or power or anyway, Steve, did you have anything else you want to say?
I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna have a lot of thoughts on this chapter, but I kind of just had more than I anticipated. But it just pieces continue to move in interesting places. I'm starting to get a little anxious. I want something big to happen. And I almost thought, like, are we getting close to like our second act break? Is everyone at Reverie like, yeah, are we? And
I think we're in
Blackbeard's
that warm up stage because, like you said, we're setting all the pieces up, and then soon everybody's gonna pair off and fight.
is we gonna cut back to Blackbeard on his couch and be like, yeah, we get to an act break already?
What? I'm watching Stranger Things. Go away.
Is this going to be like Act 2 of Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's just more setup? So then when we get to Act 3, it's just someone just walking around Wano, just trying to find out like where the secret meeting is being held for this uprising.
And they can't because they don't know about the 2 lines, and then it's just gonna mess with us.
I didn't know about the 2 lines. I don't know. I think I'm blabbering, and it's not making much sense. But I don't know.
That's what podcasts are for, Steve.
Wano was fun. I wanted more. I want another chapter already.
So there's a few things I want to mention here. First off, I did not realize, is King's head on fire the whole time? Like there's like a fire cloud behind him or something. Is that just me? Anyway, the whole thing with King, and I guess he's part of. If anyone knows that angel races and wings are catnip to me, well, here you go. Yeah. So I forget which of the angel. There are the 3 angel races. Was this confirmed in an SBS? Like, how was it laid out? It was in the cover stories, right? The 3.
I forget where it was confirmed.
You know what? I'm going to just bring up. I wrote an article in 2015. It's called The One Piece Connection, where I go through. Might as well start this now. It's like a 10-page thing where I go through all of the, my big theories concerning them. Oh, here they are. So the 3 are the Bilkins, the Shandians, and the Skypians, and they each have different wings.
Well, she was also talking about giants, wasn't she?
One of the 3 are giants, and so she only said one of the races were no longer there, and I'm assuming she means King's race. So I assume she's either grouping all of those 3 together. Like I don't even remember how that was originally revealed. So I'm not sure. I thought I had footnotes on this thing. Well, whatever it might be, it's interesting. It's the first time that has come up in a really long time. Except for Yarouge, I can't really think of how that's really come up since Inaru's cover story. So that's interesting. Certainly, I don't have any specific theories about it, but maybe we're going to learn a little more information about that backstory with King. So I am looking forward to that. I want to talk for a second about the lanterns and the boats. I think this is going to make this final fight super damn cool because we're going to have like lit up lanterns at night with like a full moon when all the minks go Sulong.
That is what I am hoping for so bad.
Ooh.
I'm
So
sure the
that's-
lanterns are going to go into the plan somehow. It's going to be like some kind of distraction or set things on fire. I don't know.
But like imagine, and the anime has looked so gorgeous lately. Like I'm just imagining the sky filled with these lanterns, which in real life look awesome, I'll tell you. And
A Mandy
also-
Moore song kicks in. And
Yes.
You're gonna have that. You're gonna have all of these awesome samurai fighting. You're gonna have all these Sulong minks in the full moon. You're gonna have you're gonna have the Big Mom pirates. You're gonna have Kaido's pirates. You're gonna have the Orochi stuff going. You're gonna have Zoro being Zoro. And all these boats that were introduced in this, which is easy to kind of pass. Ed is 100% right. There's a lot of setup here, and we're not quite sure where it fits in. I think this is going to be a chapter that's super cool in retrospect because it's setting these pieces up. And this like makes me. I agree with Steve and I agree with Ed. I'm a little disappointed with parts of this chapter because we're moving all over the place. It was kind of like hard to focus on one scene, but at the same time, it makes me. It's like chomping at the bit. I want to see what happens next because there's so many cool things that are set up here. So yeah, I guess that this does exactly what shonen anime manga is supposed to do, and makes you want to read next week. But unfortunately,
We can't read next week.
Jump is off next week. It's not even
Yeah.
Oda's fault here, although Oda deserves a break. Let's be fair. But this is probably one of the greatest cliffhangers in a while. And this is the first time I think we've seen the skies split since Shanks and Whitebeard? Like, did we see that at all during the war?
I think just Shanks and Whitebeard. I don't remember, and I just watched the war. I don't remember seeing this before again.
And I'm assuming it's related to Conqueror's Haki, like or it's
Maybe
just
in
like,
Dressrosa.
Well, and even
No.
then,
In Dressrosa, against John Chinzhou, there was like the electricity kind of looking force that's here, but not the sky splitting. But I don't think it was cloudy in Dressrosa. So
Well, and even then, it's just like a very, very powerful attack focused at one point where the force is driving the clouds apart. And it's just such a
insane.
dramatic visual that it's like, okay, you only see this when Titans clash. So, like when Luffy meets Blackbeard, I guess, and their fists meet near the end, I guess, we'll see the same thing. It's going to be like a major, this is the sign for a battle that could end somebody.
More than somebody. It could end a kingdom. It's like that's what yeah. Yeah, super cool chapter. This just really makes me look forward to it's like now that I kind of see where the pieces are being laid, I could kind of see what Oda is doing here. Not quite sure how he's going to execute it, but you could see like the board he's laying out, and it just makes me really want to see the next part here. We got to be heading toward the third part here. I mean, I said it before, but this chapter I feel like really is moving us there.
It's gotta be like the Fire Festival, right?
I just want to get to the Fire Festival.
No, that's the next act, right?
When are we gonna get to the Fire Festival?
Orochi's gonna be like awful, right? Like at the Fire Festival, he's only gonna like serve the citizens like ham sandwiches and
bologna.
Is it cheese on bread and
cheese on
salad?
bread, not even ham.
Wilted salad.
But that's their gourmet 5-star meals. Make sure to put your Wano money on this unredeemable.
Don't worry, everyone. Jai Rule will be here.
No, it's not Ja Rule, it's Law Rule. Sorry.
Write that one down.
I wrote it.
You can't because he's been murdered.
Well, where is Ja?
I'm just going to say this. This is something a friend of mine always brings up. How do you start a music company or a music label, call it Murder Inc., and then only do love songs?
Because
good question.
Because love is
man, because
love is killer.
Love kills, man. It kills.
Just ask Kid. He knows. Okay. That's going to do it for the manga. You guys ready for the next segment?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, Nate. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, there you go.
Right. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
You too.
You too.
Peace out. Bye.
This is the double anime recap for episodes 895 and 896. I'm your host Sam, and today with me we have Rick and Morty's very own Brian Newton.
Hey, Sam.
Hey Brian, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going. Just like this filler episode.
It exists.
Yeah.
So the first episode on the docket, so we're taking a break from Wano to do this pair of filler episodes. Basically just a little commercial for One Piece Stampede.
It's such an advertisement.
The first of these two episodes...
And for Cola, too.
Say that again?
And for Cola, too.
Yes.
It's an advertisement for Cola.
Coca-Cola. The first episode is 895, and it is called Side Story, The World's Greatest Bounty Hunter, Sidre. And so we open with a scene where one of the Stampede, the Stampede original characters, Buena Festa, is calling a bounty hunter named Sidre, specifically the best bounty hunter of the generation. So Oda can't introduce any bounty hunters greater than this guy, or else he'll be making the anime a liar.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. I really didn't like that.
Sidre is some just purple-haired dude who he runs on carbonated water, which kind of connects back to the
Well, who doesn't?
the soda predicament of this episode.
Right.
I think it's interesting. I think it's weird that the transponder snail that Buena Festa is calling into, like the transponders. You know how the transponder snails kind of take on the other person's facial expressions, but this snail has Sidre's like forehead scar. And this is all
on Bonafist.
Yeah, Buena Fista's snail that Sidre is talking through, so the snail has Sidre's face on it. But the snail also adopts Seadray's scar somehow. It was weird.
Yeah.
So if Zoro were to talk through a snail, I guess it would have to close one eye
I think it does.
and develop. Have we seen that? I don't even know.
I feel like we've seen it at least once.
So all this is happening before the proper title card kicks in, and the title card begins at 3 minutes and 4 seconds. We come back to the Straw Hats, and they're in media res in the middle of the fight with Seadray's men, and they're all flying around using their carbonated jetpacks and stuff. And strangely, if you've been keeping up with the anime, it's very odd to see all the Straw Hats just together on the ship in one place again. But this is Stampede filler. The Straw Hats are dressed in their kind of casual gear for Stampede. So Nami and Robin are in their like athletic wear, and Luffy's got the red and white stripes. And Brooke, I love Brooke's summer body shirt. I think that is just absolutely hilarious.
And multicolored afro.
Yeah. So they're in the middle of the fight, and then we come back to Buena Festa and Douglas and CJ talking on the phone, and Festa is explaining that Douglas Bullet will be at the Pirate Festival, and that's interesting to CJ because CJ is particularly interested in that person. They kind of explain that all of the bounties of all the pirates who are arriving are going to add up to 10 billion. And Buena Vista is trying to sweeten the deal by saying that new upstart Straw Hat is going to be there, and then Seadra has to be like, yeah, about that. I'm already fighting him. So
yeah, but didn't Festa also use the fact that Douglas Bullet was going to be there to get Seadra to come to the festival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
so
as we'll learn as these episodes go, Seadra wants revenge on Bullet specifically.
For reasons.
So more of the Straw Hats kind of fighting. It's very, just imagine Straw Hats fighting a bunch of random men from the ship. You're pretty close. They do their
what signature attack they have.
Yeah, they do the Thousand Sunnies coup de burst, and that kind of launches them away. They get away, but now they're out of cola, and Chopper is very upset about this specifically. And so they find their way to an island of carbonated water, and they're like, oh, well, there's got to be soda there, right? Luffy's asking Nami, hey, just give me some cash and I'll go get the soda for us. And Nami does not trust him because she thinks he just wants to go and have an adventure on the weird island, which is true. But
she gives him the money anyway.
Yeah. So Luffy's on his own. He's kind of kicking back, and he meets a woman riding a pink hippo, and the woman is kind of explaining how all the men of the island have been taken away, and they're working at the factory, and they've never come back since CJ took over, I suppose. And this is when we meet Ginger, one of CJ's like top men, leader of Carbonate Firearm Squad. They also have hippos. When the hippos are charging like down the side of the mountainside, it reminded me a lot of like the boars in Princess Mononoke, how like their tactics was just to kind of like topple themselves down the mountain.
That is a good call. I picked up on that as well. They have a very straightforward fighting style.
Yeah. So Ginger has some attack called Tornado Soda, where he blasts soda and turns into like a big twisty beam. Luffy gets knocked into the water, and he gets sent through this tunnel, which lands him into I guess it's a hot spring that Boa Hancock just happens to be bathing in. It's basically identical to when Luffy first dropped in on her in Amazon Lily.
Yeah.
Except she's not. Yeah, she's not mad at him though. This time she's like, Luffy. The Boa sisters arrive. First we get to the eye catch. Then there's another scene of CJ talking about how he's like willing to even get rid of like a member of the Seven Warlords. He sees Luffy and Hancock together. He's like, all right, 2 for 1. And if the Navy has a problem with me killing a warlord, we'll just say Straw Hat killed her, which I'm sure they would totally believe. So Hancock's doing her lovey-dovey Hancock thing. The Bow sisters come back. More fighting with Ginger and his men. Luffy is very considerate about Hancock's mark, the Celestial Dragon mark on her back. So he remembers. 2 years later, he still remembers what the deal is there.
Yeah, because at this point, Boa Hancock's fighting in the nude, or she's like still nude, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So that's when she also fights and turns some men to stone and puts on her stampede dress. And then Ginger does some big attack where he has to put on like a gas mask and smoke everyone out. And Luffy and Hancock escape, and they kind of get away from Hancock's family. And there's one shot, like it's kind of a no-no to like zoom in on like characters who are really far away in a shot and like make fun of the animation looking weird. But there is a shot where like Luffy is very tiny compared to Hancock, who's very tall. So Hancock is explaining the Pirate Festa to Luffy. Luffy thinks it sounds interesting, and that's when Seadray, the man himself, appears. And the episode ends with Seadray gearing up to hit Luffy, and there's a big dramatic like a zoom in to Luffy's eye to reach the to be continued screen. And the next episode is 896, Side Story Clash, Luffy versus the King of Carbonation. And for this sequence, we've got like Sanji and Zoro are beating a bunch of men down below by the Sunny. The Straw Hats, they're continuing to fight and keep the ship safe. And they give up because it's a losing battle, and they admit that they were forced to work for Seadray, which is what the woman on the hippo was talking about. So they're not bad guys necessarily. There's some Luffy versus Seadray action. This episode looks a lot more interesting animation wise than the one before it. So the fighting looks pretty okay.
Yeah, marginally better.
And Hancock is fighting the lady from Seadray's crew, who's Guarana. And she's fighting.
Yeah, it's another carbonated drink.
Yeah, it's like a type of caffeine or something they use in caffeine.
All right.
And she's got a carbonated stream sword, and that's how she fights. And she's not. I don't think she's immune to Hancock's devil fruit, but she can like outrun it.
Yeah, admittedly, the carbonated sword was really cool.
Yeah, and then as Luffy and Seadray are fighting, we get some flashbacks to basically Seadray's deal with Douglas, where he lost a fight, much like I guess like how Crocodile lost to Whitebeard and Moria lost to Kaido. Seadray lost to Douglas Bullet. And that was the origin of his scar.
We saw what looked like maybe his former crew. I guess they were former bounty hunters or pirates, maybe?
Possibly.
Yeah. This is not all the backstory you're going to get on this character, by the way.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like splitting up and like Luffy chasing Seadray and like the Boa sisters like fighting off against Ginger and Guarana.
No, you mean the Boa sister standing there while Boa Hancock fights this other character?
Yeah, I guess. I do like this exchange where like Hancock is telling the bounty hunters off like, oh, you track down people and you kill them for your own selfish desires, and then their response is like, well, you're looking for cola for your own selfish desires, and Hancock says, well, yeah, but people will forgive me because I'm beautiful. So she's a pirate through and through. There's this. So Seadray, he's going through this factory. He's trying to find his big carbonation suit mecha thing that does not look that different from what he was already wearing.
No, absolutely not. I think it has like maybe 2 extra barrels. And
I was expecting like a giant mech. You know, like
yeah, it would have been great.
Like Tesoro at the end of Film Gold.
No, it's something like that, but I think it should just been goofier, like just a giant barrel with arms and legs.
But he just looks the same. So they continue to fight. I noticed that Luffy, he does the gear second pose that he like kind of abandoned with the time skip, the like putting his fist on the ground and doing gear second.
Right.
So that's
neat. That's after he gets hit with by what's his face, Sindre's like first attack, right? He sends him through the wall.
Something like that, yeah. And they have a big fight. Luffy, he's getting serious. He's telling Seadray off. He's like, "Oh no, you're failing. You can't beat any pirates because pirates have conviction and you do not."
Yeah, the whole time Seadray's just talking about he'll beat pirates because they have bounties and he wants the money and all he cares about is money.
Yeah, he wants money and revenge. Right. That's what he wants.
Right, exactly. It's like this. I'll get in more on it later, but this is one of the worst fillers I think I've ever experienced in One Piece as far as writing goes. Sure.
Really?
Yeah, just it's incredibly shallow, and that says a lot.
So Luffy does Gear Third Elephant Gun, and he wins the fight. And like it's supposed to be a big dramatic moment, but like very like upbeat, happy music is playing as Luffy's winning. And then like as he beats him, I guess the Festa, the Pirate Festa invitation that Seadray had, just kind of floats down and lands in front of Luffy's feet.
Which doesn't make sense that this is a story point because Luffy was already invited, right?
Yeah, I guess he just hadn't. He had not received his invitation yet, but he was gonna get it anyway.
Okay, this thing makes no sense.
So all is well. All's well that ends well. The men return to their families and they give the Straw Hats all the cola they need. And they're kind of getting ready to sail off. Robin seems to know enough about the Pirate Festival, and Brook too. I wonder if that's something from like before he died.
Yeah, he might have gone ass. Yeah, because what's interesting about Brook all the time, since he's been a pirate for so long, right. He kind of knows things about the pirate world that the others don't know, simply from experience.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's definitely some interesting questions to be asked about the nature of the Pirate Festival. Like how long has it been around?
Yeah, and what's the mysterious motive behind its operator, who seems to want like these conflicts?
Yeah, so
connection to Roger.
One of the last scenes of the episode is Buena. He's excited that, he's impressed that Luffy beat Seadray, and he's down on Seadray, like, oh, what a punk! You wouldn't have been interesting at all at the festival. But he's also talking about like.
I agree with.
He talks as if he says something like, "Oh, if only you were here to see it, Roger. It's going to be the greatest pirate festival ever." So this guy must have some like familiarity with Roger, person to person, and we know maybe even a what?
Maybe even a grudge against Roger.
Oh, he seemed like he was pretty pro Roger in the way he talked. I got a very I mean, like everyone gives me a Revolver Ocelot vibe, but he's got like a very like Revolver Ocelot big boss kind of deal with Roger.
I can back that. I get that sense too, but I kind of read it more like a Shiki, like a rival that never got to kind of like match this awesome figure who used to exist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's an interesting question for a more interesting movie. So that's kind of the end. The last sequence is a montage of like all the major characters who we know are going to be in the movie.
Yeah, a bunch of still shots.
Yeah, a bunch of still shots. What do you think of these two episodes, Brian?
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm comparing them to previous arcs that were supposed to be in the movies, like with the Amigo Pirates from Strong World or the Ambition Z arc, which like you can quibble about like things that don't quite miss the mark or execution that's not quite there simply because it's filler and they can't really go that far off the mark. Yeah. But this one, they tried so little to do almost nothing. Like the designs weren't super great or interesting or memorable. Even like the film Gold one with the Treasure Pirates.
Heart of Gold?
Way more interesting. Yeah, Heart of Gold. Way more interesting designs, way more interesting narrative, way more interesting mystery and locations.
I was thinking a lot about Heart of Gold during this filler.
I was also thinking a lot of 3D2Y because of the Boa Hancock's involvement. Also, way more interesting. And none of those I would say are great by any stretch of the
Right.
imagination, but at least they attempt something. This is like almost the most cookie cutter One Piece filler arc I've ever encountered, and it was so boring. Like no, every line of dialogue was just like, I'm Sindri, I'm the big bad guy, I'm the best at what I do, and I will get more money and gold, and I will defeat you." And that's the extent of his character dialogue.
See,
And then so many missed opportunities with like involving the Straw Hats more. Like you have these cola powered characters, and Frankie doesn't contribute at all.
that's true.
He doesn't even say anything about it.
That's
Now, like,
true.
it would be great if he had a line where it's like, Luffy's like, "Oh, cola, that's awesome." Frankie's like, "I'll build you a cola backpack," just like they have. And Luffy's like, "Great, that's it. It can break in the arc. It doesn't matter. Just do something interesting." It bugged me. It bugged me so much.
I don't think
Luffy couldn't even.
No, you
Yeah.
finish your thought.
Well, I was gonna say it would have even been interesting because knowing who Luffy is, if when Sindri shows up and he's got his ultimate rig, and he's almost basically mimicking Gear 4, like how he attacks and how he's like flying through the air. It'd been great if Luffy like matched him with Gear 4 and said, "I can do that too," and that's how like he defeats him.
Yeah, Luffy's attacks felt very like back to basics. You know, we haven't done just vanilla Gear 2 in a while. Vanilla Gear 3.
Yeah, and I get the fact that Sindri probably doesn't match him on that level, but he can just stomp him out. That's fine.
I would not put these episodes behind the Z's Ambition episodes or the Amigo Pirates. But like, I was thinking a lot about like Heart of Gold, which was a TV special that I thought, like there's a lot about that special I feel like we took for granted in retrospect, because there was a lot of like original ideas in there and like things that normally filler is bad at that special is pretty good at. And it felt like it was expanding on like kind of the themes or the background of the movie it's tying into in an interesting way.
Yeah, and like that special's rough in a lot of ways, but it attempts interesting things that may not always make the mark, but at least does it, and I can appreciate it for that.
Yeah, and
I can't say they're shallow by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and I don't even know if I really understand what the chronology of events is supposed to be here. This is like right before the begin. I assume that the Stampede is going to pick up like right after where this.
Yeah, because they're even
ends.
wearing the same outfits that they have at what seemingly looks like the beginning of the Stampede movie.
So like when Stampede comes out, like are they just not like are Luffy and Hancock just not going to address each other as if this filler happened? Like, how are they going to act? Are they going to be like, "Oh yeah, just saw you an hour ago," or are they going to or is this movie just going to ignore the special altogether?
Yeah, the movie will probably act like they hadn't seen each other in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, then why even bother doing this? It's like it's the most shallow attempt at like tying everything together. Like, and yeah, like the Z Ambition arc was terrible. It has a lot of dumb things, and like that character is kind of like weak and forgettable. But like it does things which I'm like, all right, you're just having the crew stand around for a while, but you got this like giant girl who can like shrink. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And you have these like former Marines turn pirates with submarines. Okay, that's interesting. Everyone's there. I can buy that. But this is literally like they go to an island where, like you mentioned before, Luffy's like, I want money so I can go buy cola. And everyone's like, okay, we'll just sit here. Like, what? No, Nami doesn't go with him. Because that's the old filler who've been like, no, Nami, Usopp, maybe Zoro. Zoro would just been sleeping. Even
if they trust Luffy to get the job done, somebody's gonna want to go with him, just like keep him company.
Yeah, and someone he can talk to. But you know why they couldn't do that? Because if he's gonna run the Boa Hancock, and let's say Sanji goes with them, that would obviously they'd have to write material with Sanji and Boa Hancock.
Oh no, we might have to write something.
Exactly. This is like one of the laziest fillers of One Piece I've ever encountered. Even the filler right before Whole Cake Island with those like marine brats.
Oh, that was pretty good.
There's clever stuff in there. They did something. So it's just this is like one of the worst. It's not like Apis bad, because Apis did something, and it's terrible. But it's just the laziness of this
Oh
one.
my God. I
just
completely
can't
forgot
buy.
about the Silver Mine arc, the Film Gold like filler episodes with the
Yeah, that one's pretty bad too. But again, it
there's
does.
a Kurt man.
Yeah, who basically is Diesel in Whole Cake Island.
Yeah,
I think it was a
was.
voice actor too.
I could have sworn like his name was Diesel or something too.
No, it was something else. But like they used the same voice actor. That was definitely a callback.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
look
a
it up.
surprise. Wow. Okay.
But another thing, this arc barely. It's 2 episodes. It could have been 1 episode. That's the other thing. That's as much material as in this 2 episodes. It could have been 1.
Got to give him time to get those Wano episodes ready, I guess.
Right. That's fair. But like the other thing this reminded me of sorry.
No, it's okay.
The other thing this arc reminded me of from much better filler, and I still don't think it's great, is from that Lava Man after Water 7 before Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
I forgot what they were called, but yeah, it's just like, all right,
that was
that's
another
a
like bounty hunter arc.
Exactly, and in the same thing where the crew kind of winds up in the.
There's only bounty hunters in filler.
Yeah, and there's more bounty hunters in the filler than there are in the main series, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we move on to the next segment?
Nah, it sucked. That's it.
All right, you're very passionate. All right, thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Sam.
I am here. This is the Piece Together segment.
Thank you, Jim Bay / Strong Bad. So it's time for Piece Together, where we take your questions, comments, and theories, and luckily it's named, so it won't get captured. Let's start with Discord or Dispiece. Ed.
Dispiece.
Thank you, Sam. What do we got on Dispiece this week?
Oh,
by the way,
Dispiece.
Sam is joining us for the rest
Yes,
of the show.
I'm here.
Sam.
I appeared
Yes.
from the ether.
Much like Jinbei.
There's just gonna be a chapter and Jinbei's just there, and there's no explanation for.
I love it.
Shows up.
No big entrance.
What's going on?
Our first piece this week comes from our good friend Joe. Of course, the chapter that comes out after I'm on the podcast has the Heart Pirates in it. Either way, holy shit, love everything about everything. Also, Law shares y'all's sentiments and does not want to repeat of what happened on Dressrosa.
So there was a lot of back and forth with Joe and I last week about whether Beppo was with Shachi and Penguin. And she showed some images showing that it wasn't clear whether they were together, but I think they were all in the jail, maybe not all collected together, but I think they were there the whole time because now they're all together.
Yeah, I don't think they ever split up since we saw them in Wano.
That's what I thought. But who knows? Those 3 are like the 3 amigos, the 3 law people.
The 3. Who are those guys again with the muskets?
Yeah, the 3 Lamigos. Donald, Jose Carioca, and the other one.
You mean the 3 Caballeros?
What else do we have on Discord?
Our next disc piece comes from Stella, who says
Stella.
Who says Oda really enjoys sticking it to
yellow. Sorry, we had to get that in.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam. Yes.
Oda really enjoys sticking it to the people who didn't like Robin's multiple chin face. First the volume cover, and now this. Oda, you mad lad.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah, they were wrong. Whoever said
anyone who didn't like Robin's face doesn't like fun, so I don't want to know those people.
Our next disc piece comes from Grim. I think he's gone by Grim Pyro in the past.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
Usopp and Robin have such great comedic chemistry. I'd love to see them in a spy comedy one shot. They do have that. They were together in that G8 filler a lot. They were really good there.
And I mean, they're a beautiful family. Okay. I never thought I'd be shipping the 2 of them, but here I am. Jill, do you approve of this ship?
I mean, I approve of every ship. Live your dream. Zach.
Thank you, Jill.
I love the
I
Thousand
will.
Sunny.
Go ahead.
Groom continues. Also on the subject of races, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there is a race of plant people. I mean, it doesn't seem far-fetched considering the island Usopp was sent to. The Big Mom does want every race of people in her family, and it would explain Charlotte Cato. Don't remember who that one was. Hopefully it was through adoption, because the last thing I need to think about is what Big Mom did to some poor plant. Well, she's done a lot of things to a lot of different kinds of people.
So we talked about
Canon.
5 o'clock Shadow Man, who looks like a pumpkin, but there was the Pumpkin Man that was part of her crew, if you recall. The one who was like, oh, it's Pedro. We have some history that we're never going to explore together here. So yeah, maybe that's.
Do I know you?
Man? Sorry, I have to go explode. What else do we got?
Matt Martin says, so we saw quite the parallel to Shanks and Whitebeard's encounter in this chapter. It makes me wonder about what role, if any, the world government and the Navy might play in the final battle. Part of me wants it to remain this very personal battle against Kaido for the people of Wano. On the other hand, we know the Navy is aware of Lin and Kaido's conversation. Given Orochi's last conversation with CP0 was where he told them to pretty much F off unless they brought Vegapunk, I'd say the world government's relationship with Wano is rockier than ever. So do you see the Navy or CP0 playing any role further in Wano? I know many have theorized Blackbeard may come in at the end to deliver the final blow to Kaido. What if instead we got a twist of Marineford's ending instead with Sakazuki coming in at the end of the battle with his men to deal with Kaido? It would certainly separate his navy from Sengoku's, which tried to keep more balance rather than tip it in any direction.
The name of this era is Sakazuki.
Yeah, they wouldn't they've explicitly said that Wano isn't part of the world government, so whatever.
Yeah, we see the Marines in pretty much every other arc. I would love to see this without the government's hand being in it, and it's just purely the Straw Hats messing with things.
Yeah, I
don't definitely think...
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
Definitely. We've put so much focus on the people of Wano that the Navy would feel like a one thing too many. But we did go through a pretty big arc with Whole Cake where there's no Navy at all already. And there needs to be some sort of consequence to the isolationism ending. That has to actually coalesce with the Navy getting involved, I think.
I think the reason we haven't seen them is because we're involved with emperors here, and the world government knows not to involve themselves with these 4 guys and girls.
Especially when they're possibly teaming up or fighting each other. That's when it's like a super no-no.
Yeah, and they even they mention it. The fact that they went to war with Whitebeard was huge because they were involving themselves with an emperor at all. So yeah, I don't, except for on the periphery. I mean, we had CP0 in this arc already, and we may get more of them, I would assume, but I don't see any more than that.
Yeah. I mean, I could see a twist on the Blackbeard thing with Sakazuki, something like that. I don't think Blackbeard's just going to completely 1-to-1 just repeat what he did in Marineford. I think we're too aware of that. We're too aware of his presence right now to.
Yeah, well, Blackbeard's doing something that obviously, because the stuff with Moria in the last time we saw him. Anyway, that's it for Discord.
Yes.
Let's move on to emails. First one comes from Ryan. He says, if the Straw Hats played D&D, what would their race and class be? I think we asked this question too, but also asking, what arc of One Piece would you use to make a D&D campaign? I think we got similar questions to these, but if you want a chance to answer,
I feel like we took these questions last week, didn't we?
Yeah, maybe not last week, but I've actually been on one of these where we talked about D&D with One Piece.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I feel like we had Alex on to he totally had it down, but
I feel like Skypiea would be the best D&D one.
Yes.
that was where I was gonna go.
It's such an, it's an adventure,
Mhm.
and it's
That
very
is for me,
isolated,
but-
so you don't have to like have every like world part of it together.
Yeah, and there's a good balance of like fighting enemies, but also like exploring and like you're on a treasure hunt and you're
Yeah, and you'd be like, what do you do next? There's like a ton of different ways you could go about it.
Mhm.
I
there's a
love it.
forest, there's ruins, there's the cloud cities.
Another one I thought of just out of the blue, Third Bark, I think would make a pretty good campaign.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah. I think we
Agreed,
said
agreed.
Impel Down last time. We do
Impel
get
Down would
this
be
question
pretty
a
good.
lot. Yeah. So if I get this question again, probably not going to answer it. Letting you guys know.
We should start a D&D podcast.
I'm done with
OPP
more
D&D.
podcasts.
Too many
Yeah, Steve
podcasts.
has like 8 podcasts.
If I do
Uh,
one more podcast, I want to be a millionaire podcaster who with health insurance, and I
Hey,
don't
Steve, want to start a video game podcast with me?
You see, it would work so much better as a stream, not a podcast. We've been over this.
Okay.
Bring
yeah,
Aaron
we don't-
back.
We don't have a lot of emails, so we could go straight to Reddit. First one here comes from Natachi, who says, "Hey OPP, I was thinking about observation hockey and the different pirates who have it. I remember when Shanks showed up at Marineford out of nowhere so quickly. One of the theories is that he used observation hockey to see the future and set sail long before, and just didn't get there in time to save Ace and Whitebeard. So my question is, what exactly is the range for observation hockey? Katakuri could only see the future around him. Is the thing with Shanks possible, do you think?"
I don't think Shanks needed observation hockey to know that shit was going down in Marineford that he needed to stop.
Yep, I agree with that.
That's pretty evident to everyone. And I mean, he and Kaido fought. There's no way Shanks is seeing like 6 hours beforehand with hockey. That's just a little ridiculous.
Any other?
I
Like,
think
how
that's
far
right.
do you think it could get, basically?
As far as it needs for whatever
Yeah.
it wants to do with the story.
Yeah,
That's pretty much-
it's a cop-out answer, but I'll take it.
Like,
Ti-
I don't know, like Charlie's premonitions of stuff that's going to happen
How
years
many-
later.
how many
I
and-
Gomu
forgot about
Gomus?
that. Huh.
Yeah.
I
How many
didn't-
Gomu
yeah.
Gomus does it go?
Well,
Huh.
you're right about Madame Shirley.
That's weird. I forgot about
Enaru's
that.
Enaru could like sense throughout like an entire island.
Well, Enaru's because of his
Well, that was
fruit.
the power
yeah.
too. Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
that
even
is-
know how
he's the
far in the
power
future
to,
he
like,
could see.
Listen, right?
I thought it was like amplified with his electricity, where he could
Yeah.
like read brainwaves, and that's why he knew what Luffy was going to do next. But I don't think he could see in the future
Weird.
like Luffy and Katakuri can.
Yeah,
Not unless he comes
more
back
had
like
like
that.
But
he had
also
the ability
uh,
to see what was going on at the current time everywhere. But I thought that was lightning related too.
well, I was talking mostly about like how far away. Like he could be pretty far away from people and like know what they're doing.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that
Um,
kind of distance? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as with everything, both distance in time and space, both interesting questions. But Sam, your answer in the first place was correct. However far Oda feels it should be taken. Next one comes
Anytime
from Types-
anyone talks about destiny, that's key.
Yeah. Next one comes from Typeset, who said, for the hosts, I guess for all of us here, what arc made you realize this manga just hooked you, and what arc made you realize this manga is my all-time favorite? For him or her, it was Alabasta got me hooked for but Water 7 and Robin's arc made me N-word for life. Nakama, I'll say it. Just say it.
Okay. You gotta be careful there,
Woo,
Zach.
woo, yeah. No, I know. It's the One Piece one, not the really bad one. Go ahead, Steve.
Baratier is what I guess. What exactly are the terms again?
Made
I-
you
When did you get
realize
hooked and when was
you,
it your favorite?
and-
Okay. Baratier got me hooked. Arlong arc, that's when I was like, this is my favorite. So not very
Gyro-
long in between.
Jaya was definitely I have a 3-step version. Jaya was when I got hooked because I started with the Funimation dub. Jaya was when I got hooked. Water 7, like the Robin's I Want to Live, is when I was like, oh, I'm with this for life. And then when I caught up in Marineford, that was when I was like, oh, I like this even more than Dragon Ball, which is a big deal for me because I am a 15-year-old kid who loves Dragon Ball.
Ed?
I guess it's the Arlong arc. I watched the anime all at once, like at the beginning.
Yeah, me too.
Up until like Water 7. So, like, yeah, like I mean, I watched 250 episodes in like 2 months.
I mean,
Something like that.
I would probably also say I think the same thing this person said. Alabasta and Water 7 are good answers there.
Mhm.
I really loved Alabasta, for good reason. Next one comes from Gohan Solo 22. What is up, fellas, and probably fillets? Fillets.
Is that
Okay.
me?
Are
I
you
guess it's
calling me a
Angel.
dish?
I think that the three races Big Mom is referring to in the latest chapter could be the three-eyed clan, the demon giants, such as Ors, and the sky people that Eneru killed off, possibly King's race. What are your guys' thoughts? Also, King's wings are white in the anime opening, but in the manga, they are clearly black. What's up with that? Thanks, guys. Can't wait to listen this week.
I'm glad Shane Helms is a fan of our podcast, Ed.
Whenever you notice something like that, Wizard did it.
I wonder if it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Like
could be.
like in Kokoro no Chizu, putting that pink-haired Galliot worker with like the angel tattoo like front and center, like he was more important than Tilestone. And
I mean, first of all, Oda kind of painted himself into somewhat of a corner by saying, "I only have not collected 3."
That's what she thinks.
Yeah, no, that's Big Mom. Yeah, you're right. That's true. I don't know. The thing is, she also doesn't have regular giants on board. It seems. So
Well, that's one of the 3, right?
no, she
Yeah.
said demon giants, specifically Orz's race. So,
Wait.
she does have the three-eyed clan though. So that one she already has.
What?
From
Wait, does she say giants aren't one of the 3?
she says giants are one of the no. She says she doesn't include giants. She said three-eyed clan, demon giants, and the angel races. So
Wait,
but
what?
I assume giants and demon giants are different. So there's like Ors, and then there's like the giants of Elbath and so on. So I think those are different things. No?
Mm.
No, I think she's talking about when she says there's 3 she's missing.
Yeah.
She's talking about giants, whatever king is, and then a third like mystery one, like the mystery
D's.
poneglyph that no one knows where it is.
That's not what I'm reading her saying. That could be what you're saying. I like
Are you
she said the
reading-
three-eyed
when
clan,
you
but she
say
does have
she,
that.
Are you saying Big Mom, or are you talking about the person asking the
I'm
question?
talking about the person asking the question.
Oh, I
I don't know why I'm
thought you were
giving-
talking about Big Mom.
Yeah, I'm giving them a gender for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
move
no,
on.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
guys, stop fighting.
We can move on. Next one comes from Bartolomeo. Thanks. Oh, he's a fan.
Hi, Greg.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's Bortolomeo. Sorry, that was easy
Even better.
to mess up there.
My son is
late-
so named Bartolomeo.
Hey OPP, lately I got to thinking about the objects turned animals via devil fruits in the series. We know that this is thanks to Vegapunk's work, but what if this wasn't an intentional discovery, but rather an unwanted side effect of these smiles? Perhaps smile fruits are so unstable that they react to all matter, not only people. Maybe Tama and Hitetsu found a lost smile fruit, and without thinking, they put it in the teapot, thus turning it into a tanuki. And I just can't see any other way either of them would get a hold of Vegapunk's technology. Yeah, I don't know. The Vegapunk smile thing. I thought smile fruits were specifically Caesar. I don't really
Yeah.
think those things would be connected. Also, Hitetsu and Tama having a smile doesn't make any sense. So I don't know if that works. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts about that. No?
I do not.
Black North Wind has a question. Here's something I thought about. Kawamatsu said that he will go somewhere else. before the big battle to take care of some business. And while most people are thinking that he wants to go see Hiyori, I think that he's going to meet Tenguyama Hitetsu. Oh, you're coming up again here. Hitetsu is in the first few sentences said, in his first few sentences said that he is waiting for someone just like Tama. And also in his Oda box profile, Hitetsu is a blacksmith, and other background characters have mentioned that they don't have the means to get weapons for themselves for the battle. So what do you think?
Kawamatsu said he's going to go look for Hitetsu.
Well, that's the theory.
That's the
here.
theory.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see. I mean, yeah, like if Hitetsu was able to make like some super awesome badass sword for somebody in time for the battle,
That'd be cool.
I could see that.
Clearly, Kawamatsu is going all the way back to Reverse Mountain to see his good friend Crocus and have some tea with him.
Well, Hitetsu is actually waiting. Well, Tama was waiting for Ace, and Hitetsu is waiting for Whitebeard. So really, they could just go. It's fine now.
Any other thoughts? The next one comes from Dark Sundown. What's poppin' OPP? After hearing the new anime opening over the top for the third time, I like it now. It reminds me of older 80s and 90s openings. So now that music is on my mind, the question is, what is each of the Straw Hats' favorite boy band or girl group? Feel free to include foreign bands like, I do not know what either of these are, by the way, Blackpink or Sexy Zone.
Okay. Well,
what's
So-
the difference?
Who did the Street Fighter 4 opening song?
I don't know. Man, I don't
So-
know. I don't know music after like 2005.
So would Sanji like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, or 98 Degrees? I guess is the question I'll pose.
Chopper is New Kids on the Block.
I'd say since Frankie was formerly a street punk, he would be Backstreet Boys. Zoro is clearly a 98 Degrees guy because he's all about just being buff and not having a shirt on.
Sanji is LFO because they were from Boston. They had weird accents.
You know, and they always talk about
Summer girls. Girls in Abercrombie and
girls
Fitch.
that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. He would take them all if he had one wish for that summer.
Yeah, two of those dudes are dead now.
Really?
There was a story about it. I read it.
That's too bad.
Pencils for Life asks, after the Zoro Mihawk one-shot drawn by the Dr. Stone creator, I was wondering what other One Piece chapters or moments would you like to be seen done by other artists? And you're not just limited to manga artists. It's a good question. And which other artist is like where that becomes more interesting, I feel like.
I've been watching Vinland Saga. That'd be cool. Like Wano in the style of old Nordic. You know, mixing. That'd be cool.
Kind of defeats the purpose of Wano, but sure. I mean, if we ever get to Elbaf, that would be.
I don't know. What other artists do you like?
A lot of them? It's like hard to think off the top of my head here. Like,
Such
okay,
as?
who would you like to see? Which chapter or moment would you'd like to see Toriyama do, for example?
Something in Skypiea. I like I like the way
Yeah, that'd be good.
he draws clouds.
Or if we
Yeah,
get
and
some
with
kind
Eneru.
of futuristic
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, anything with like
Anything with mountains and
technology
stuff.
and mountains.
That'd be good.
Man, Toriyama, freaking Skypiea, that would be awesome.
Maybe some newer artists. Like, what about the?
I would love to see
Go ahead.
My Hero guy do maybe Luffy beating Lucci.
Ooh.
That'd probably
Like
be
a
good.
Marine Ford chapter.
Or yeah, that too.
Who else? Oh, what about Araki, the JoJo?
Nami versus Khalifa.
Yeah, you know what? That would be pretty. Or what's another like fight where the opponent just like kept coming back?
Mr. Two.
Ooh, yeah, Mr. I mean, anything with Mr. Two would be great in
Frankie
that style.
versus Senor Pink.
Oh God.
I'd like to see Rocky try that.
Yeah, actually, I think that would be much better if he did it. That would be fun in that style. Imagine Senor Pink in that style.
I just did.
Yes.
That's what we're all
I
doing.
feel like
right now.
Iraqi's men are pretty lithe.
Okay, if you guys are good there, we'll keep going here. Sojiro12 said, "First, I want to just say thank you for putting together a show every week. Thank you for listening. Now for my question: do you know if there have been any announcements about Stampede getting a theatrical release in the U.S.? We mentioned this a little bit at the top of the show that there was AMC Theaters put out like strong.
We have conjecture and rumors.
Yeah,
that's all we have.
That's all.
Not these rumors. Can't take it no more. Sorry.
But no announcement so far. When did Gold get announced?
Things are different these days. Like so many anime movies get released into theaters. Like all those like Sound Euphonium movies and all sorts of like Fate movies and stuff. Like all sorts of anime movies get put in theaters these days.
The only reason I'm pessimistic is because we don't know what's happening with the dub at the moment. We're like completely in the dark there. So I don't know.
I thought I saw Funimation like they didn't announce anything, but they like retweeted something about Stampede, didn't they?
Yeah.
They acknowledged it existed, which is
I don't know if I would take that, as anything. I don't like I take that with a big grain of salt. Anyway, last question on Reddit from Fish Mammoth. Hey OPP. Since it's looking like we might be having a flashback to Big Mom and Kaido's shared past soon.
Really?
Assumption, but okay.
Yeah, okay.
What are some of your last thoughts and theories as to what it might detail? Also, what characters are you most looking to possibly seeing in this supposed flashback? Like a young Garp or more of a young Whitebeard? I mean, I'll just say quickly, I don't think that's happening anytime soon, but I would be super glad if it did. I think that would be cool to see.
I don't think that's essential to this arc.
No, I don't think it. I think it would be super cool to see. We did get that hint about rocks, and maybe that's related to this.
Well, I think it's. I think that's almost as good as confirmed that that's what that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's very strongly hinted. I think is.
I would say maybe we get like less than a chapter flashback.
Yeah,
and then the rest of it is dialogue and exposition.
Yeah, I could see that too. But I don't know how soon, quote unquote, that would be. Any other thoughts?
I mean, if they stay on this like conversation between Big Mom and Kaido if we don't just immediately cut to something else and then leave this hanging, I think we're going to learn something.
I think we're going to cut because there's no way they're going to. I mean, I sincerely doubt Oda's going to throw in a full-fledged fight between Big Mom and Kaido just here in the middle of Wano.
And this is like exactly
something's got to
what
happen
happened.
to like break it up or something.
Yeah, and this is what happened with Shanks and Whitebeard. We cut away from it immediately after the same exact thing. So I assume the same
but Shanks and
thing's
Whitebeard, it's not. It wasn't like a total all-out like oh yeah, like we have to keep fighting until one of us is dead. Like an actual story development has to. Yeah, but then if where do they go after this? Like what happens next time we see Kaido? They just don't explain where Big Mom went.
I don't know.
Well, where's their crew right now? Do we remember?
They're all dead.
They're just waiting on the shore, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about Sparrow because I don't like him.
Aw.
Do. All right.
Ed, it's time.
Very much.
Ed, let's cut off this Sparrow discussion with
Peace the Tweet.
What do we got this week?
This week on Piece the Tweet, first question comes from Sam Minton, who says, this is a question for Steven. We'll try and get this Wano question in next week. Anyway, Martin Linwood has a question. How would the Greendale 7 fare in the world of One Piece? Would they be friends or foes to the Straw Hats? Does anyone know what this is?
Community, I think, right?
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
god, I've watched the whole thing and I totally forgot the name.
Yeah, me too.
He says, he continues. I imagine Shirley and Annie would get along with Chopper and Robin, Troy and Abed with Usopp and Luffy, but see, Britta and Jeff hate Nami, Zoro, and Sanji. So what if, what if Community was One Piece?
Abed, Luffy would
Abed
not
would-
get along with Abed. I don't think that's true. Right? Am I wrong? Like, I don't think Luffy would
It's
be able
hard
to
to
take that.
say.
I don't know.
I mean, Usopp and Abed, I totally
I didn't watch
see.
Community.
That's-
I'm not the person to talk about this.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of it. I think I saw like up to
I've
the
seen
Gas
most of
League
it.
season.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
People who
yeah,
watch
it's been
Community, write in with your opinions.
What's next?
91 Ryan says, if the Straw Hats were in the Shovel Knight universe, what kind of knight would they be, and which knight would they best get along with?
What is this? I don't know what this reference is.
Oh, it's a video game. that
I think
played.
Brooke would take a liking to Spectre Knight and just make skull jokes.
Yeah,
Another thing I
probably.
don't know about.
I just bought this game, but I haven't played it yet. So
It's a
get back-
great. It is a really, really good game. I can't name the characters off the top of my head though.
All right. Well.
Oh,
I guess we
Tinker
could-
Knight would get along with Frankie.
Sounds like it.
Mole Knight would get along well with like Hornpoint Chopper
Mm.
or Usopp. Or
What's
Okay.
next?
Wes the Fitting says, I really enjoyed Big Mom echoing the sentiments of Brooke from their encounter in the treasure room. Maybe she's taking the Straw Hats relatively seriously now.
Yeah, I doubt. If anything, it was accidental on her part or on Oda's part. Who knows?
I mean, maybe it's stuck in her head. I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
saying because I've never seen that saying before in any anime that I've ever seen.
also, she
I don't
always respected Brooke. She just didn't respect any of the others.
I mean, she just wanted Brooke to stay with her. She was sleeping with the dude.
Yeah, she really likes Brooke.
I would
That's
be
a ship
surprised if.
I'll get on board with. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with like if it was just like a line that Oda thought was really cool and he forgot that he used it recently.
All right, next one comes from
I do that all the time.
Return to Sabati, who says, is Law telling his crew to keep him being captured a secret because he knows the Straw Hats will try to break him out if they know, or is he still just throwing a fit like he was earlier in the arc? I hope he has a plan and isn't just being uncooperative.
I'm
He's kinda
pretty
that-
sure he doesn't want the Straw Hats to know. For A, he doesn't want to like him being the one to ruin the plan, and B, he does not want to have have them save him again.
Yeah. He's one for like pride and all that kind of stuff. Like I could see that.
I think he has a plan.
Could be both. I mean, something was going on with Drake. Let us not forget. Last week, something was going on with Drake, and we don't know what it was, but it was making Law smile, maybe. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right, last one comes from Stacy Chen, who says, so you're faced with a dilemma. You have to join the pirate crew or face certain death. Which crew do you join, Big Mom or Kaido? Big Mom's like,
Better
her
food.
territory seems
Dude,
more
Yeah,
fun.
better food.
Like,
Okay.
a lot more fun.
There's
Yeah.
a fucking island of sweets, or you can go with Kaido, where you're gonna be made to eat a fruit. And if you eat that fruit, there's
That's
a very
true.
good chance you will have a terrible life. At least Big Mom might just maybe eat you, but like that's about it.
Or
But Kaido-
she does tax your life expectancy. That's not
Yeah, but
forget
how
that.
much of a life expectancy do they have in the New World?
That's-
like
that's
I
fair,
don't
that's
think
fair.
it's that bad.
Yeah, I would choose Big Mom if I had a.
I bet Kaido accepts you for who you are a lot faster than Big Mom does.
What, like furries? Big Mom loves everyone. That's her whole thing. She wants everyone to like have
She
a
will make fun
worldwide
of you though.
party.
to
But
your
it's in a
face.
very like underhanded performative way. You always gotta like hide your third eye and not get stabbed by your own brothers and
True, but to be fair, there are so many people on her crew that I sincerely doubt she even like interacts with most of them.
yeah, but then they're killing each other.
I mean, some of them. Just don't be
the little
shitty.
kids are the little kids are stabbing each other.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
that's fine.
meanwhile, Kaido's got like Queen, who's just like up there doing dancing and stuff, and he seems like he's pretty happy.
Anyway, that's gonna do it for Piece Together. Let's do some trivia and round off.
I forgot about trivia again. Somehow, every time.
been the One Piece Podcast, episode 581 for August 4th. Thank you all for coming on today's show. Remember, please follow us, support us, subscribe to us on patreon.com/One Piece Podcast. We are releasing extended editions of all our episodes every Wednesday. So check us out there. We'll be doing one for this episode, but not next week's episode, in all likelihood. Anyway, if you haven't, we also have like 3,500 pictures from Japan. We have videos. We have an exclusive podcast, Crewing Around. Our second episode is coming out probably tomorrow. Shouldn't take me that long to put together. So check that all out. Patreon.com/One Piece Podcast. Let's go around the horn. Where could people find you, Sam?
They can find me on Twitter at Lucky Chainsaw. They can find me on AnimeNewsNetwork.com doing the daily streaming reviews for One Piece and Black Clover. And they can find me on the One Piece Podcast every week doing the anime recaps.
Yes, thank you.
It's Brian this week, right?
Yes, me and Brian did this week's.
Yes, which you have probably already heard. Jill, where can people find you?
You can find me at Piratess Unluck on Twitter. I am currently trying to follow the Funimation's Sunny route and watch all of One Piece by the 20th anniversary in October. I'm a little behind, but I'm on episode 602 in the middle of Punk Hazard. So if you want to check that out, I kind of live tweet it as I go through.
Nice. Thanks, Jill. Nate was on. Please check him out. I think it's Nate Ming, right? The Twitter handle.
On Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's easy enough. And Steve, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. Steve Yurko is the username. Tell me what to do. And also listen to me on other podcasts. You can listen to me on The Deep End with Matt J. You can listen to me on Toon Suite with Doctor. And you can listen to me on the latest episode of Obscure Chatter, which is Terry Doty's new podcast. I am a guest for the month of August, so listen to that. It's a new podcast.
And Ed, where can people find us?
You're Zach_Logan on Twitter. I'm Edward E. One Piece. I'm also at Weeb Trailers. Check that out. Podcast can be found at OnePiecePodcast.com, Twitter.com, YouTube.com, and Facebook.com/One Piece Podcast. OnePiecePodcast@gmail.com is our email address. One Piece Podcast is the Skype name. Subscribe on SoundCloud. Subscribe on Spotify. Subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts. Or call us on our phone number, Zach.
And that phone number is 347-497-MAJI. That phone number again is 347-497-6254. Call anytime.
Anytime.
With questions, comments, theories, or family photos of you and your haunted loved ones. Thank you all.
Oh, you're gonna get something there.
Thank you all for coming on the show today. But before we finish off, let's do some trivia. And we're gonna. I had a whole trivia plan for Ed's birthday last week, but now I can't do it. So instead, we're gonna. No, we can't. So this time we're gonna do V-Fray cards, part 6 or something. Okay. So
Like
for those who
the actual Beaver cards, because I don't have those, so I'll just guess.
Perfect.
All right.
This is how we play. I am going to. You're going to tell me a number between 1 and, let's say, 1,032. And I'm going to give you some hints about the character on a card around that number or at that number. And if you get it correct, you get a point. If you don't, the next person gets to steal. And whoever gets the 3 points first wins. Sam is very good at this game. Ed, you're first.
Okay.
Then Steve, then Jill, and then Sam. So Ed, pick a number.
Giving me the handicap, I see.
Okay. 470.
470. And you'll see how this game works, Jill. If you're
Yay.
confused. Okay, I'm gonna give you 472. This character was born on December 30th. He is 36 years old. He's 195 centimeters compared to Luffy's 174 centimeters. His blood type is F. Wow, that is an amazing picture. On the back is a sketch of him when he was a little kid, with a big poster of a strong lion next to him, but he's holding a shovel, and he looks so sad, and he looks so dopey and so stupid with a little top hat.
Oh
Who is
wow.
this man?
With a lion and okay. Wow.
I have never seen that sketch, and it is so freaking funny. I encourage
470.
everyone to look this up once we find out who this is.
Who's a lion guy? God, that's hard. Oh, Absalom.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Ed.
Wow.
I actually got it. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was trying to think because I'm trying to like, what's the range of the card? Like, what that would be
Yeah.
around?
We had
Steve.
already done Moji, right?
I don't know. Steve.
Well, it wouldn't have been Mochi because it's way too high a number.
What number was that one?
That was 472.
Let's go with 272.
272. Let's see. All right. I don't know if we did this person already. I think we did a while back, but yeah, we definitely did this one. So wait, let me get one around.
It's not like I would remember.
No, I know, but it's pretty obvious. There's some like very distinct facts. All right, let's do 266. His birthday is October 23rd. We may have done this one too. He's 41 years old, 305 centimeters to Luffy's 174. His blood type is X. There are pictures of him. On the back, he's both a woman and a little kid, and he is happy, but he doesn't look like he's in a great fiscal shape there. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
He's not happy as a kid?
No, he is happy, but he doesn't look like he has good reason to be happy. I'll put it that way.
And he's like 300 and something. So he's a lot.
305 centimeters. So
Yeah, not quite twice as
not
tall.
quite twice, but still much taller. Gonna give you 3 seconds here, Steve. Otherwise, Jill has a chance to steal. I made the sound effect. Do you have a guess, Steve, or no?
No.
Okay, Jill.
What number are we on? What is it again?
Don't look it up. 266.
I'm not looking it up.
I'm just making sure.
Mm,
Do you want me to repeat anything specifically, or?
shit. No, the funny thing is by the birthday, I swear I've looked this up before because it's close to mine. Shit.
October 23rd, 41 years old, 305 centimeters, blood type X. On the back, picture of him as a woman and as a happy kid, but with little reason to be happy.
God, this sucks. I have absolutely no clue.
All right, Sam.
Is it Doflamingo?
It is.
Yeah, it's still
Damn it.
Oh,
Sam is good at this game. Jill,
Mhm.
pick a number.
640.
640. All right, give me 1 second here. You pick some hard ones here. Wait, let me see. Oh, I put that one in the wrong place. Okay. I'm gonna give you 648. This might be actually easier than I even think. All right, here we go. He is, wow, I didn't know some of this about him. He was born on March 2nd. He is 99 years old. He is he's 18,000 centimeters. He is compared to Luffy's 174. His blood type is S. Wow, these are some weird sketches of him. So there's one really crude sketch, one with him in an eye patch. I did not know he was supposed to have that. And one of just like a guy with like a baseball, not baseball cap, what are those, like the news cap? That's gonna confuse you though, so don't take that anyway. I don't know why that's there, and it's confusing me. He's 180 meters is what's important.
Is that Little Oars Jr.?
Nope.
Okay.
Sam.
Is that Oars proper? Senior.
No.
No.
Ed.
San Juan Wolf?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, that's the only thing that could be that tall. Like,
So
even taller than Oars, right?
well,
Yeah.
well, first off, the picture of Absalom as a kid, I forgot to mention, is the funniest freaking thing I've seen in my life. He looks so pathetic and stupid. The San Juan Wolf, I don't know why on the back of this card there's like a guy who looks like a retired newsie, like a kid who would throw papers around, but he looks like he's in his 40s. I don't know why that's on the back of his card. Anyways,
you maybe want to look that up because like
don't now. You could
yeah, I
just
know, but
write
like,
it down
hold on
for
to the
later.
no,
Yeah.
hold on to those numbers for me.
648. That was six. I'll write it down. Sam.
What was the upper limit? 1,032?
Yeah.
1,032.
Okay. I'm surprised no one's picked that yet. Okay. 1,032. Do you already know who it is or no?
No.
Okay.
That'd be pretty BS. Not gonna lie.
Well, I don't think Sam has any of the Beaver cards, so
No,
Oh,
I
you don't? Okay. And yet he's so good at this game. 1,032. She was born on April 24th. Her birthday says secret. She's 179 centimeters. Her blood type is S. What hits can I give here? First of all, I did not know she was taller than Luffy, and that's very interesting.
measured her in heels.
Oh, on the front is her interacting with two birds.
What was the secret?
Her
Birthday.
age.
Her age
Her
is a
age.
secret.
Her birthday is April 24th.
She's surprisingly taller than Luffy.
I mean, that doesn't give you any hints about it, but I just was surprised.
And you see her with birds.
And she's dressed in white. Partially, at least. I'll add that in. This is a hard one. This is a legit hard one. But I can't, like, give any more hints without it being obvious.
So on the front, like her main picture, she has birds.
No, there is a picture of her from the manga talking to two birds.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. When I explain this, you'll be like, oh, you asshole.
Oh.
3 seconds, Sam. I need your guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Ed.
Stussy.
Yep. Ed is
Talking
our
to
winner
birds.
this week. The two birds.
That's not fair though. That's not fair because I organized my book. I know what the last card in the book is.
Oh, okay. I'll keep going. I won't count that one then.
Like I don't know. I've seen that one a lot from whenever
These
Yeah,
I've
this
cards
is the
left on
last
the
one.
cake.
Ed, you might as well take the win. You
wait,
take the win. I'm not going to do this.
Well,
So she's
here I'll
talking
give
to
you. I'll
Morgan.
give you the win if you can
Yeah.
name the two birds.
Wait,
Oh.
the birds have names other than Morgan's?
Yeah, there's one more.
I know the other one. Maybe.
Hattori?
Sack.
No, you're not going to say. No, it's not Hattori.
Oh, never
Why
mind.
would she be talking? Oh, actually, that is a
I
good
think
guess.
she was around
to me.
Lucci. I don't
It
know.
is a good guess. No, it is a talking bird.
Oh.
You just got it? Okay, Ed, I can't give you the point. Steve, if you can name the bird, I will give you a point.
Shit. Oh, I forget it because it's Japanese, but it's the former Baron Tamago.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you.
Oh.
What is I
Hirotori.
because
Count
Him-
Hirotori.
Yeah, Hirotori.
Count
yeah.
Niatori, yeah.
I forgot that name too, to be fair. Okay.
Hey. I get it.
Ed, you're next anyway.
That's funny. Two birds. I'm
let's
thinking like a
go.
Disney princess.
Two birds. Yeah, no. I knew that's what you were thinking too, but I'm like, it's really funny that the picture from the manga on the front there is her and two birds.
That's funny.
Because it's really funny. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's go with card 404. Card not found.
Shit, there is no 404. I'm just guessing there is no 404. There might be a 404.
Who knows?
Oh, there is a 404.
Oh wow. Okay.
This card is found. He's 37, 212 centimeters. Blood type S. Did I say his birthday is June 5th?
Okay.
There's a picture of him as a kid on the back, and he's just like a snarky little asshole there. There is a picture. Wow, there's a sketch of him. What he could have looked like. He could have had a huge lance, or not a. That's not a lance, I guess. It's like one of those like French-looking swords for some reason.
Hmm.
He still has the same really stupid-looking facial hair, but he has like he has a long neck, so I guess he would have been like a long neck man in this sketch. He isn't, but he would have been. Yeah. Do you want to? This is a hard one.
Is it Shura,
No.
the priest? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Steve.
Can I get these again? The hints.
He has stupid looking facial hair. He is born June 5th, 37 years old, 212 centimeters, blood type S. Picture of him looking like a douchey little asshole that he is on the back. He still has a little scar over his eye, but that's probably not a feature you remember at all about him. There's a picture of him, alternate picture. He still has his braids, and he has a French sword though, which is different. I don't think he has any sword.
Braids. What number is he?
404 not found.
Wait, 404 not found. What the hell does that mean?
404. This is 404.
It's an error message.
It's a joke.
Oh, wow. Braids.
Braids.
Stupid facial hair.
Stupid facial hair and braids. 3 seconds here, Steve. Otherwise, Jill is gonna get a stab.
Who the braids and facial hair? Ah,
That's it, Jill.
Who the hell has braids and facial hair?
Sam,
I don't know
you
what to tell you here. This isn't going to happen.
Sam, do you want to guess?
Braids and facial hair makes me think of Zeth, but there's no way that he's 404.
Nope.
Be like around Skype. Yeah.
No.
Or Water
isn't.
7.
Yeah.
Who? So let's see here.
3 seconds.
Who
Nothing?
had braids?
Oh.
No.
Is it? What is?
I will
his
give
name?
it to anyone who could guess it.
yeah.
I'm
I
going to
think we
give
were
you
trying to
guys
do that
10
before.
seconds. I'm going to give you 10 seconds if it comes to you.
Jill, what are you
Braids
thinking
and-
about?
It's not Jabra, is it?
Yes, it is. Good job,
Oh!
Jill.
Ah,
Okay.
that's a
Snap.
sword.
Nice one.
Steve, I think you're up. Pick a number.
You said he had a sword?
No,
In the preliminary
sketch.
sketch.
Yeah, in the preliminary sketch.
Oh.
I said he does not have
Oh.
one in.
The lance made me think it was Shura.
Yeah. Well, I said he did not have that.
I would have said Gonfall if he wasn't 37.
Yeah. Once you guys like started saying
Steve,
like
pick
sure,
a
I
number.
started thinking of Skypea only.
Steve, pick
Yeah.
a number.
Well, what's the score right now?
Oh yeah, Ed has 2. Steve has 1. Jill has 1. Sam has 1.
Okay.
354?
354. I don't think we've done this range because these don't. I don't think we've done a lot of these here. Okay, I'll give you 357. All right, he's 49 years old, born September 21st, 298 centimeters. His blood type is F. On the back is him as a kid and a bunch of sketches where he has a hat. He looks a little more like the person he was based off of here, I think. As a kid, he's also holding what looks like a liquor bottle and an umbrella.
Okay.
Steve's
I
ready.
thought you had it figured out.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, God. Now I'm getting nervous here. I'm going to take a shot. Is it Kuzan?
It is. Good job, Steve.
Mm.
Maybe this will be the first one you win. Jill.
Well, now I feel like I've asked for that one before.
Jill, go ahead.
Let's go with 666. That's my life at this
Definitely
point.
asked for that this one.
Sure, we've done that one.
All right, if not 420.
Let's do 420. I think 420 is. I don't think we've done that yet. Let's see who we got. 420. I'll give you 426. Oh, he's quote unquote my favorite character. April 8th is his birthday.
Strawberry.
He's 85 years old, 172 centimeters. Blood type X. On the back are several panels from the manga of him explaining things, but not quite explaining things.
I feel like I should know this, and it's killing me.
Also, there is a picture of the book Bragmen on the back, which also, as you know, appeared several times in the manga.
85 years old.
85. You could get 3 seconds. Any guess, Jill?
No.
Sam.
He's how old?
85.
85.
That's very
What's
old.
some of the other? Sorry, I need to complete.
April 8th, 172 centimeters. Blood type X on
Is,
the back.
what's his height?
172 centimeters to Luffy's 174. On the back is him explaining things, but not quite explaining everything. And also, the book Bragman is on the back.
Oh. So he's
Can I give-
80 years old.
Gonna give you 3 seconds here since I explained everything twice there.
Is it Tonjit?
Nope, 85 years old also. Ed.
80.
For the
Professor
win.
Clover.
Yep. Ed
Yeah.
wins again.
Oh,
Ed
okay.
wins twice in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure that out, but like not explaining everything. That's
Forgot about
Yeah, that
Flashback
was my
character.
big hint. That was the really big hint.
It's a good hint.
Explaining everything, but not explaining everything.
All right, cool.
That'll do it. Yeah, that's the game. Congratulations, Ed. Next week, we'll be back with Stephen Paul explaining the One Piece magazine, the latest volume of that, to us.
Issue 6, yeah.
Issue 6. Thank you. I don't know why I was thinking 8. Anyway, that's it for the One Piece podcast. We'll see you next week, everyone. Goodbye. My name is Zach.
My name is Ed.
And my name is Steve.
Remember
Bye-bye.
to say it. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.